During a recent episode of your show, you were talking about likely #1 pick Cooper Flagg and asked, if you said his career was going to be like Kevin Love's, would that be a disappointment? And it probably would be. Kevin Love responded to the comments, said he wasn't offended by them, gave Flagg a bunch of praise, but you also said Flagg reminds you of Kevin Durant. So how do you think Cooper Flagg's game will translate to the NBA?
Well, the one thing I wanted to clarify is that if he does have a career like Kevin Love's probably a borderline Hall of Famer. He's had a great career. But what I was trying to caution people is he's not going to be Larry Bird. So it feels like it's going to be a disappointment. And that's where I want people to realize his game is not like Kevin Love's. Kevin Love was an overachiever, did wonderful things, 5-time All-Star, won a championship. Cooper Flagg is a #1 pick. You know, Kevin Love coming out of UCLA, I thought he was maybe a 14-9 guy. Well, he exceeded that. I just think we get caught up in the expectations, and sometimes, and it's fun to do, and we love a player comp, but if I knew people were going to go, oh, he could be the next Larry Bird. He can't be. But he can be the first, Cooper Flagg. And I said, if he accomplishes what Kevin Love did, that to me would be a really good career. But I said people will look at that as a failure. I didn't mean to, indicate, hint at Kevin Love's career is a disappointment. And that's why I reached out to Kevin, because I said, hey, this isn't on you. And then he said, no, I got it. He said people, took it the other way. So I just wanted to make sure I clarified that, because I've known Kevin since he came into the league.
With the Cooper Flagg, I've watched him up close. There's one thing that we misunderstood sometimes is the work ethic of that player. What Cooper Flagg has that can't be measured is that he plays very hard. Yeah. Right? He has a Giannis motor. So because he goes 100% all the time with his athleticism, with his shot-making ability in the open court, I think he will surprise a lot of people. He will be averaging 20, 25 easily by his third year, because he just plays harder than everybody.
Okay.
And when you're in college, you do have a zone that kind of stops you from that. So the fact that he did lead his team in every category with a zone, when he plays in the NBA and he's going 100%, where 90% of the NBA don't go that hard, right? You're going to be watching a half-court version of how Giannis plays the game. And that's the thing that you're gonna a lot of people will miss, is the motor of Cooper Flagg at that age.
And the reason why I brought up Durant is, Durant's game inside out, mid-range jumper, he has everything there. Flagg is probably going to be a better all-around player than KD. He's not going to be the scorer that KD is, but Flagg has the potential to be a better passer. He's a great passer. And he'll block shots. And KD's an underrated defender. But offensively, just how he moves, he's not afraid to contact. He can go inside, he'll go outside. And I agree with you. We get caught up and we see the end result, but you don't see what, Bird, Magic, Michael, Isaiah, all the time that they spent, like Tiger Woods, all the time that he spent. He has the God-given ability. It's the ability to want to take that God-given ability and take it to an even higher place. And that's what I love to see. And you guys know this better than anybody. Give me the guy who adds something to his game every year. Like, what is different? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Because you need to evolve, because that defense is geared up for something. Then Michael Jordan takes you on the block and you go, damn, Mike, that's not fair. But that's what it is. You're adding to your game. And that's what I think will be important for Cooper Flagg. Do you want to be great? Yeah. Because in today's NBA, in your fourth year, you're making $50 million, and you might not have that motivation. But to want to be great, Patrick Mahomes wants to be great. He got that $450 million contract. That didn't stop him. It's like, I want to prove that I'm that and then some. And that's where Shohei Ohtani, that's what I love. Hey, I'm making it, but I'm going to show you I deserve that, every penny of it, and then I might be underpaid. Patrick Mahomes is underpaid.
Yeah.
And who would have thought that when he signed that contract? They're like, oh, my God, what are the Chiefs are doing? I said at the time, he'll be a bargain. And he is. But greatness, I think you want to be great. You have to be great. It's the most important thing to you. And you can see that there's certain athletes who get to the pros, get to the NBA. And then it's like, I've made it. And then you don't add. Sometimes you subtract from your game.
Yeah.
So, Dan, heard you laugh when Gil said that Cooper would be averaging 25 by his third year. You agree, disagree with that? See you smiling again.
Well, no, we're putting these expectations on him. I've seen it too many times. Okay?
Dan,
I've been in the business for 40 years. We put these they're the next. They're the next. Well, we're still looking for the next Mike. He ain't coming through the door. Magic. There's not going to be another Magic or Larry or Kareem or, that's what I worry sometimes. Then that goes back to the comment of, now, can he average that? Yes. Do I expect him to average that? I don't know where he's going. If he goes to the Wizards, basketball's version of a timeout.
I'm supposed to be mad because I play for the Wizards, but I understand.
Sorry.
Please don't go to the Wizards. Please don't go to the Wizards.
I mean, that feels like, when you punish your kids and you go, hey, if you keep doing that, I'm going to give you a timeout. I think in the NBA, they go, hey, Kuzma, you better, all right, we're trading you to the Wizards. You're like, no, anything but that. If he goes to the Wizards, he might get, decent numbers. What if I don't know, Utah? I'd love to see him in San Antonio, but I mean, if he goes to New Orleans, there's only one ball, and you bring somebody in, and all of a sudden you either have to embrace him or you're going to say, you got to earn it. You catch up with us. And that would be my big concern. We've seen so many guys go to teams, especially quarterbacks, and they go into a bad situation.
Yep.
If Patrick Mahomes played for the Browns, he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
It's because he doesn't have the infrastructure there. Yeah. And it's so important. Like Magic went right to the Lakers, they were a great team. Larry goes to the Celtics, they were a great team. Mike had to build the Bulls up. Isaiah had to build the Pistons. Like, the whole infrastructure is so important to your success, because I've seen way too many quarterbacks go into a bad situation and they never get out of it.
How about Brooklyn?
Oh, nobody cares about Brooklyn. They could win a title and they still might not have a parade in New York City.
No, I'm saying Cooper Flagg in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I know, but that's.
My point still stands.
I mean, I don't know. Nobody cares about Brooklyn. I mean, my son lives in Brooklyn, but he doesn't go to the games. That's why I thought KD and Kyrie were going to the Knicks. I thought they were going to take that franchise and they were going to bring it back up to where it once was. And then they said they're going to Brooklyn. And I'm like, damn, the Beastie Boys go to Brooklyn. I don't know many other people who want to, go, and you're going to go play basketball in Brooklyn? I don't know.
It's better than the Wizards, though.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah. But you're always going to be in the shadow of the Knicks. Always.
Yeah, true.
It's like you go to the Clippers or you go to the Lakers.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the Knicks. And even if the Knicks aren't winning and Brooklyn's winning, it's still a New York Knicks town.